Hello, hello, my lovelies. Welcome in. Happy time zones. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a good weekend. I definitely wasn't hidden behind the starting soon screen because I was choking on my own water. Because, you know, so being a human is sometimes your body forgets how to drink. But hi. Goodness me. Welcome in Green, welcome in Bunnies. Welcome in Dallas, welcome in Rose, welcome in Alexa. Welcome in Jody. Floral. Catching up on chat. Give me a second. I'm to copy a Peter Darling to my friend and they're finally reading it. I hope they enjoy. That's me favorite, well, one of my favorite books right there. If people aren't familiar, Peter Darling is a retelling of Peter Pan by a trans author where Peter is an adult. Peter and Wendy are the same person, Wendy being Peter's dead name, and Neverland being a place where Peter can escape to in order to have the body that he wants. Peter being a trans man. I mentioned that he's an adult because I love this book, and I hate that when you search for it, there's like one review on TikTok and like one review on YouTube, at least that I've seen, that are very horrible about the book, because in the book Peter is aged up to be an adult and ends up having a romance with Captain Hook. And Peter's about 20 and Hook's about like 23, something like that. And if that makes you uncomfortable, having Peter aged up to... Why is my phone pinging? That's fine. It's cool if you feel uncomfortable about Peter being aged up and being with Hook. What's not fine are the couple people who decided to, because of that, say that the book is pedophilic and accuse the author of being a pedophile. They're not, but like, just being so visceral. And it hurt. It's like, it's okay if you're uncomfortable with it, but it's literally, they don't get together when Peter's a kid. And like, the romance in the book, I like how it's written. I'm a big enemies to lovers fan. But the main crux of the story really is Peter learning to love himself. And it's written by a trans guy, or I shouldn't say trans guy, I actually don't know specifically Austin Chance generator, but trans mask person who just identified a lot with Peter Pan as a kid and had a crush on Captain Hook, and so they wrote a story about you know, yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Green, as well. Trans men do tend to get infantilized a lot. Trans women tend to get villainized and trans men tend to get infantilized. So that's, yeah, it's a really icky take on the book. It's like, people are very quick to slander, and when I've seen people review the book and say that it's disgusting because Peter and Captain Hook have sex, there is a sex scene in the book. But bear in mind they're both adults, but the reviewers don't always mention that, and then the comment section is filled with people being like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. And like, none of these reviewers who are spreading, who hate the book so much, none of them are trans men. Who could all, you know, the ones I've seen aren't even trans at all. And so have no insight to how empowering that actually is. I got into the book, I think just a post was circulating around Tumblr with like queer fairy tale retellings, like Master List. And Peter Darling really intrigued me because I've never read a book with a trans man in before. Let alone a trans male protagonist. And I certainly fit into the category of trans man who had a crush on Captain Hook when I was a kid. But this was like during lockdown, and I was trying to find where can I read it, and the answer at the time was nowhere. The book was out of print because it's a small indie author So you couldn't, no one was selling second-hand copies, you couldn't get new copies anymore, and it had been taken down off every single ebook website. There was no way to read it. Someone did, I did find a link to a download of the ebook, but I was like, right, but the moment, if this ever gets reprinted, I'm buying it. I want to be able to give the author money, there was no way for me to. And then a couple of years later, it got reprinted. So it is, you can buy it again, you can find it again. And you know, it's totally fine to be uncomfortable with the idea of like Peter being aged up and then being with an adult. Like there's nothing wrong with you if that makes you uncomfortable, but to take the leap of saying the book is like disgusting and pedophilic and then call the author disgusting, it's like, especially when you're not a trans man or even a trans person who can all relate to the struggle Peter's going through in the book. And they completely gloss over any of the trans representation in the book and purely just talk about how gross they think the sex scene is, and it's like, I don't even know if you read the book properly, or like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not commented about that. Who texted me? It's the NHS. Go away. No, it's okay, Green. But I hope they enjoyed the book. I personally, again, if you're uncomfortable with the idea of like an aged up child, that's fine. But if it doesn't make you uncomfortable and you are transmasc, because yes, as much as there is a romance, if you like an enemies to lovers romance, you know, but also is a story about Peter trying to accept it, because at the beginning, with Peter being back on Neverland, Peter doesn't actually remember his life as Wendy, and slowly starts to remember and does not want to go back, very understandably, because you'll see flashbacks as well. Yes, there's a romance, but the core story is about Peter accepting himself. Because at the end of the book, it's very much like, okay, he can stay on Neverland where nothing is real, there is no other real people other than himself. I mean, there's the fairies, but you know, basically he can stay on Neverland where he can have the body that he wants, but be alone. And Neverland seems like it's getting destroyed by the end anyway. Or he can go back to the real world and have a real life and make connections with people and have a partner, but it would mean he gets put back in his AFAB body. And it's because obviously at the time that it's set, it's not, a medical transition would not have been possible. And so it's also Peter trying to find acceptance in himself and realize that he's still a man no matter what body he has. After I read the book the first time, I immediately had to reread it again, and then like every day for months I would just reread that final chapter where Peter's like looking in the mirror. I don't want to spoil everything, but there's a very beautiful scene, to me anyway, that moves me emotionally, where he's looking at himself in the mirror in his AFAB body and realizing that body doesn't make him any less of a man. The reviews of the people who hate the book never talk about that scene. Anyway, I love that scene. I don't remember it word for word. This is basically him being like, you know, he'd thought this body belonged to a girl named Wendy, but he's like, no, it's my body too. It made me really emotional. So if the idea of trans man Peter Pan learning to accept himself and kissing Captain Hook along the way appeals to you, I would recommend the book. And if it doesn't, that's fine. I think some people need to realize you can be uncomfortable with a topic without it actually, like, you can be uncomfortable with a thing without that thing needing to be problematic, bigoted, evil. There's things, you know, there's things in franchises that I'm uncomfortable with, just because something about it makes me uncomfortable, and I can't always pinpoint what it is, but I'm not gonna make up crimes. Like, I don't know. That doesn't mean there is something inherently evil with that piece of media. Sometimes you're just uncomfortable for no reason, or sometimes you're uncomfortable because each of us have our own different triggers and levels of comfort and whatnot, but it doesn't mean that the thing we're uncomfortable with, therefore, is a bad thing. I'm uncomfortable watching horror because I can't really look at, like, gore and shit, but I don't think it's wrong if you like watching slasher films. I just personally can't watch them. Let me still catch up on chat. Thank you for the head pats earlier. Okay. Shifted Void, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the first time chat. We're just getting settled. I don't even have I started stream and then realized I didn't even have my webcam in position and I didn't have, like, anything ready. I just clicked start stream. I didn't even have my model open. Where are we? Oh, Error, welcome in. I was gonna say, normally when we have first time chatters, I always ask where they came from. As in, like, how you found, yourself here on my stream. Because some people come from YouTube, Patreon, Discord. Usually the pathline is they watch my YouTube videos, they join the Patreon, they join the Discord, they get the notification about the Twitch stream. That's how most people get here. But sometimes people just find me via Twitch, so then I always do a little bit of an explanation. Because if people find this, you know, these streams during Twitch and then we start talking about ASMR, they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So sometimes we explain. But you already know what the deal is, so that's fine. Updates and things, yes. The stream today, Etsy, we're not listening to Nightvale or anything. It's Etsy orders and I'm not allowed to ramble because I have a dentist appointment today. It hasn't happened yet. And it's late afternoon, borderline evening, so we can still get stream done, but I have to end at 4 PM so that I can get ready, and then we can take the drive because it's like a 30-40 minute drive, so I gotta get my butt off stream at 4. And that gives me, like, plenty of time to get situated before I gotta leave the house. So you're not allowed to let me ramble. I'm not allowed to ramble. Streams often devolve into me rambling about various topics, usually musicals. But that can't happen this week. Not today. But housekeeping, what do I have to update you guys on? Thank you to everyone who came to the watch party last night. We watched Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. If you missed it, or you had to leave halfway through, or you joined halfway through, the movie is on YouTube in full, both the English subtitled version and the English dubbed version. Sometimes the films get mislabeled. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, which is what we watched last night, that came out in 2000, 2001. Vampire Hunter D, just that, without the bloodlust at the end, is a movie that came out in 1985. They are two completely different movies. I see Bloodlust get mislabeled as coming out in 1985 all the time. It didn't. And you don't really want to confuse the two films. They're both based off different stories from the Vampire Hunter D Japanese novel series. But you don't want to confuse the two. Like, Bloodlust is the very, very pretty gothic one There's like, you know, it's got violence in it, it's got blood in it, but it's not all that gory. Vampire Hunter D from 1985, on the other hand, is made during the wacky era of anime movies and OVAs. There's a video essay I watched that I really like by Hazel on YouTube. It's something like, I don't know, it's like the weird world of like 80s direct-to-VHS anime, something like that. And when I went in watching it, I was like, I hope they mention Vampire Hunter D. Because a lot of if you're gonna go into that video, know that in particular that a lot of like 80s direct-to-VHS anime movies and OVAs have a lot of body horror, gore and sex in them. They were really like, they could just do anything they wanted. I guess there weren't as many rules in place. People were just like, I wonder how much of stuff we could put in our OVA. So the 1985 Vampire Hunter D movie is a lot more body horror and graphic than Bloodlust. You don't want to get them confused without checking with, you know, you don't want to read the trigger warnings of Bloodlust and think, oh, I can handle that, and then accidentally end up watching the 1985 movie. But the 1985 movie's on YouTube as well. I'm not sure if the subbed and the dubbed versions are still. They were the last I saw. Oh, I have like the nervous, anxious tummy because we've got the dentist later. Right. So thank you for those who came to the watch party. We have one watch party left for this batch. If those are not in the Discord, every even-numbered month, I host watch parties every Sunday at 8 PM UK time, so that's about noon Pacific time. Obviously maybe like this current batch wasn't exactly all in October, like they should have been, because I'm not going to be available for the rest of October, so we did 2 in September and 2 in October, but usually they would be every Sunday in October, every Sunday in December, every Sunday in February, and so on. Because if I did them every single month, I think I'd get burnt out and start like not enjoy doing them. So we do them every other month. This month's theme has been vampire. I like to theme them. It's fun for me. Was vampires, and marks a year of doing these watch parties. Thank you guys for coming along for a year. So we're gonna round off this batch with Tanz die Vampire, which is a German horror comedy vampire musical. Which I think this is the 3rd time in the last year that I've shown it in Discord. Era, thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and access to all of the emotes. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, we'll be watching Tanz this coming Sunday. And then the next batch of watch parties will be in December. We're gonna do fairy tale themed again like we did last December. And plan is, can I remember? I know I said this last week. We're gonna watch Into the Woods, the stage version, not the Disney movie. Matthew Vaughn's Sleeping Beauty, which is a ballet, but it's like a gothic love triangle take on the ballet. Anastasia, the Broadway musical. Feet of Flames, which is an Irish dance show. And then we'll end with Beauty and the Beast, the Disney stage musical, not the movie version. Because we watched that last year at Christmas, around Christmas, and it was very fun. The stage musical I find more fun than the movie, with the massive dance numbers that Gaston and Be Our Guest become in the stage version. So I think that's a good feel-good movie to round out the year with. So we'll be watching Beauty and the Beast last. And then I don't know what we'll do in February and so on. Obviously we got a bunch more European musicals to get through, and there's a bunch of people who were new in the Discord who weren't there when we did the first round of European musicals. For those unaware, that is European musicals, more specifically German musical theatre, even more specifically Elizabeth's musical, is my special interest. So I like to try and get other people into German and French and Russian, etc. musicals. So we do watch a lot of those. It is a lot of stage stuff, more so than movies in my watch parties. But they're my watch parties. It's my sleepover, so I get to choose the movie. It's Christmas one on Wednesday this year. Oh goodness me. I don't normally do like Christmas themed audios. I haven't got the December audio schedule up sorted yet. So because that's a while away. Yeah, that's the plan for the next watch parties. Obviously, I know a bunch of you have already seen Towns on P-Day because we watched it last October, and we also watched it in February, and I've shown it a couple more times before that. But, we watched it again, and it will be some people's first time seeing it, so no spoilies. Be good. But yes, Tans is a very fun, silly musical. We get like love story between Error? What the hell? How many? Thank you for gifting 5 subs. They went to Floral, got 1, Dallas got 1, Sepide, Lona Lunaria, and Dystopian Diva. Well, Floral, Dallas, I don't know if anyone else who just got one is in chat. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and access to all of the emotes. Thank you so much, Harry. You didn't have to do that. And you activated a hype train. So you'll be getting some exclusive, you and me will be getting some exclusive hype train emotes, or if anyone else wants to contribute to the hype train, in order to do so you would either have to gift subs, or give at least 100 bits before the timer goes down. If you contribute to it, you'll get an exclusive hype train emote from Twitch. It looks like as options. I always forget, because it says... Okay, no. So it says level 2 hype train 77%. That means we're currently at level 1, not at level 2. That's what always used to confuse me. So it means we're currently at level 1. So I can't see what emotes we'll get for level 1. It doesn't tell me the emotes we'll get for level 1. It only shows me the emotes we'll get for level 2. So if we get that 77% up to 100%, we would either get a balloon dog... I don't really know what the balloon dog's doing. I'm confused by it. Alexa, thank you so much for the tweet. We've had a hype train in a long time. Thank you so much. I don't super, Oh, and Green. Thank you for the 100 bits. We do have bit emotes as well here. So in total, if you give so many bits, you will also get exclusive emotes. I don't super encourage subs and bit gifting anymore, only because, like, Twitch keeps putting the prices up and I don't expect you guys to pay that. Like, most of you here already support me on other places, and a lot of you already support me on Patreon, so I'm like, I don't feel like, also, please subscribe, like, I feel bad asking that, especially Twitch has put the price up so many fucking times this year. If we get 6 more %, then his options are a little animated balloon dog emote, which, like, looks like the loop looks really weird, I'm not really sure, I don't understand what it's doing. A cat that's like jiggling back and forth with headphones on, like an army man dodging bullets, a cat that's getting a medal put on its neck, a teddy bear that's waving, or like zoom in on somebody's hand. I'm only really vibing with the waving teddy bear and the cat getting the medal. But again, that's what we'd get if we were at level 2. We were at level 1. I want to know what we're getting for level 1. But it won't tell me that. But I don't remember exactly what the bit emotes are in what order. It won't show me. But earning the bit emotes, it's not like you have to give 10,000 all at once to get the 10,000 bit emote. It's over all time added together. I think one is for 1,000, one's for 5,000, and one's for 10,000. Why? Jodie, thank you so much for gifting us sub. It went to it went to Meme. That's how I'm gonna meme why. I don't know how to pronounce that. But thank you. Well, I guess we're getting one of those emotes now. I hope it's the waving teddy bear. I want the waving teddy bear. I need to make use of this before I lose it. The bit emotes off the top of my head. Again, I can't see what they are unless I go into my Twitch settings. Uh-oh. Because if I look at the emotes, I have access to all of them, but it won't tell me what each one is for. But it's the Sorrow Goober, the Satin Goober, and the Orpheus Goober. Those became bit exclusive rather than sub emotes based on public vote. I don't know which order. I think Satin's 1,000 bits, Sorrow's 5k, and Orpheus is 10k, something like that. We do still have free emote slots. I know I need to add, I think Ellis and Valentine and Hawthorne on. Their goobies aren't on, and I wanted to make emotes of Mori. For those who don't know, Mori is my little IKEA alien, the unofficial mascot of these streams. IKEA, don't sue me. I just haven't gotten around to drawing emotes. I'll get to it eventually. We do have some slots free for both animated and just PNG emotes. We'll get there. I'll get there. I've just had other work I need to do first. What were we talking about before this nonsense happened? Watch part, yeah. Yes, I was trying to sell tans. That's what I was trying to do. If you like the sound of a vampire human girl romance that's very Phantom of the Opera-esque, apart from the vampire always gets consent and doesn't kidnap the girl, he invites her and she comes along willingly. That's pretty cool. I say as someone who likes Phantom, but it's like, imagine if Eric and Christine was consent. Imagine if he didn't kidnap her, and that's Krolok and Sarah. And what if the vampire was very bi-coded and was a single dad and his son was gay, and his son there's a human boy that the son has a crush on. And also all the music's written by Jim Steinman, aka the composer behind all of Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell albums, and Holding On to a Hero, and Total Eclipse of the Heart, and you will notice that, oh, some of these songs sound familiar. Yeah, some of them, he likes to reuse the songs, so Total Eclipse of the Heart is in there. Objects in the Rearview Mirror is in there. And then some of the songs in Tans were then reused. Some of the songs in Tans the Vampire started out in Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell album. And then I'm not reading that yet. My eyes are closed, I gotta finish this sentence. Some songs that are in Tans de Vampire started out as songs on Bad Out of Hell 1 and 2, the Meatloaf albums, and were then reused for Tans. And then some of the songs in Tans started out in Tans and were then reused for Bad Out of Hell 3. Example, Carpe Noctem in Tans de Vampire was reused and renamed to Seize the Night by Meatloaf. 1,000 bits?!
Oh, yes.
Error. You are entering and causing so many sillies. Just so many sillies to happen. Thank you very much. I've not had a hype train in a hot minute. Sadly, September is over, so Twitch won't be giving us any bonuses for that, but that's fine. September this year didn't even last all month. It was like 1 week and then another random week. Is the hype train done? Oh, I didn't get the waving bear, I got the jiggling cat. It doesn't even look like a cat. Cause like the ears look, I'm like, well, feel free to share what choo-choo emote you got. It doesn't even read as a cat to me. Why doesn't it read as a... I think because the ears look like they're part of the headphones. Oh god. Oh, so much is happening. What part of I'm not allowed to ramble this stream needs to be done by 4 PM? Do you silly people not understand? I was like, I'm not allowed to get distracted and ramble on stream today. I've got to get stuff done. And then... no. Apparently. In hindsight... maybe I should have turned that redeem off for stream, but then I would have never remembered to turn it back on. I have to end stream in 2 hours, and I have a lot of Etsy work to do. And I can't do it after I get home from the dentist. I mean, I guess I technically could. It just depends on how the dentist appointment goes. I might come back feeling fine, or I might come back feeling not fine. Who was it? It was Jody, right? Yes. What is your request? I like I said, my webcam's not even the right. No, I haven't finished. I haven't finished doing updates yet. My god. I literally only had one update thing I wanted to talk about. Or 2, I guess, because the watch parties. Okay. That got really overwhelming. Right. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna read out the announcement that I made on socials. But obviously change it, because I made this yesterday. So a reminder or update, if you were not aware, I'll be away for most of October seeing my partner in person for the first time in our over 2 years of doing long distancing. However, that does not mean I will entirely be gone. I've been working extra hard to get every audio for both October and November recorded before I leave. Every audio for October is now recorded, scheduled on Discord, scheduled on Patreon, and scheduled on YouTube, apart from the second Not Safe for Work audio for October. I still have yet to record that. But other than that, every other audio is recorded, video edited, scheduled, so that it'll keep uploading stuff while I'm away. And then about like 2/3 of November's audios are recorded. I've got 3 or 4 more audios I need to record before I leave in a week. So those should be done. We'll get those done. Because obviously I'm not going to be here for the rest of October, and then when I get back, I want to still be in front. I'm normally always in front with my audios, anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks in front, and I want to keep that. So I've got to record some of November's before I go as well, because obviously I won't be able to record for like 3 weeks. So, if you just listen to my videos on Patreon, or watch them on YouTube, you won't even notice I'm gone. For those that follow elsewhere, I said in the announcement my last Twitch stream would be today, and then was like, wait, I'm streaming on Wednesday. But we might decide not to. We'll see. I may stream on Wednesday, I may not. I just genuinely forgot when I made the announcement. We'll see. I might just decide to get the audios done instead. So very likely this will be the last stream. The last time you will see me like this for a month. I won't be streaming again until November 7th, where we'll do like a quick Etsy stream to be able to catch up on orders, and then I'll do another, which will be a Thursday. I normally don't stream on Thursdays, but we'll be streaming the Thursday after I come back, and then we'll be back to the usual Monday, Wednesday schedule. Depending on whether or not I can get my laptop to work, will depend on if Soundgasm will get updated with audios and if Tumblr will get updated with audios. If the laptop works, then I'll be able to keep posting to Soundgasm and Tumblr while I'm away. I can't schedule the audios on Soundgasm. And I can't schedule the post on Tumblr, even though you can schedule a post on Tumblr, because I always embed the YouTube video, and that YouTube video won't be... I can't embed it if it's not public. So, if the laptop works, then I will try and keep uploading to Soundgasm and Tumblr as each audio goes out. If it no worky, then once I'm back, for anyone who listens to Soundgasm, I'll just upload them all at once I'm back. So no streams, Tumblr and Soundgasm may or may not be updated. Obviously I'll be less active on socials. My Etsy shop is now closed. It closed last night. I closed it around midnight. I did. You guys who watch my Twitch streams, you've been told for months that that's when it's gonna close. Thank you for another 100 bits. But I didn't realize I hadn't mentioned it elsewhere, because I've been constantly saying it on stream, letting you guys know, like, the shop's gonna close on the 6th, so if there's anything that you wanted to buy, and that you wanted for October, you know, or like for a birthday in October, whatever, you need to do it now. But I didn't realize I hadn't mentioned it elsewhere. I was like, no, yeah, I mentioned it in the last Discord announcement. Nope. So, oopsie. People who don't watch the Discord streams only got like 12 hours notice about that. So the shop is now closed. It will reopen on October 20th. Somebody yesterday did order some of the ghost prints that I had up for pre-order, so I do need to order those and get them in stock. Because I don't print them myself, so I need to order those from the printing company, and those will be in stock sometime in November. They'll go from being in pre-order to being in stock. I have a standee design that I've been working on, that I hope to open for pre-order in November once I'm back. The design's done, but obviously I can't put it up for sale now. My shop's not open. And then I'm considering restocking some of the arcane flower pins that I made when Season 1 came out. I'm thinking of at least restocking Victor, because I have had a lot of questions over the year about if I would ever restock the Victor pin. I don't know if there's anyone that has been particularly interested in having a copy of that, but that is something I've been debating. I thought maybe I'll restock him when Season 2 drops. So in November he might be getting restocked as well. We'll see how much money I have left when I come back from the trip to order from the manufacturer, but it should be fine. So Victor should be most likely being restocked. The standee design is of Sam and Lucifer from Supernatural. It's like double-sided, so it has Sam on one side and Lucifer on the other. Yes, I'm making Supernatural merch in 2024. You can blame my friend who started watching Supernatural for the first time. I hadn't thought about it in like 10 years. And then they decided to tell me all about it while they watched it, and I'm like, shit. Don't, you've given me the brainworms again. Ghost Prints will be in stock sometime in November, and I would like to, by the end of November, have the Pixel Chibi stickers done for Supernatural. Both on stickers and badges. That's the hope. My other hope is that while the shop's going to be in holiday mode for 2 weeks, 2 weeks? 2 to 3 weeks, whatever, that, Etsy will not punish me. I've heard from some other people sometimes if they put it in holiday mode for a while, it can, like, really fuck up with your momentum of, like, how many sales you're getting from people finding you within Etsy, and, like, your placement in Etsy search results. Like, if I'd been at the top of search results for people searching for, like, Ghost Band stuff before, I might now go back to the bottom once I reopen my store and have to work my way back up to the top. But whatever, that is what it is. I can't leave the store open. So, yes, that'll be reopening. It should be reopening October 20th. I'll still be away when it reopens, but I will be back packing up the order before it needs to be shipped out, because my dispatch time is 3 to 10 business days, so everything will still be shipped in time. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys, as always, so much for your support. The only reason I'm able to afford going on this trip is because of the money I get from Patreon, from those of you who support over on Patreon, so thank you guys so much. I got a comment this morning that I got a bit weirded out by on YouTube that was asking if I'd moved out yet, if the Patreon money had allowed me to move out yet, and I'm like, torn between, 1, that's none of your business, 2, trust me, when I move out you'll know. But I was like, fuck, is this like, are they like, I hope no one's like feeling annoyed that like, I hope no one's thinking, oh, Prince said he needed the money to help move out and now he's going on a trip with his partner. I'm staying in England. I'm not going anywhere, we're not going anywhere fancy. Also, I don't know about you, but like 1, I am still in the process of apartment hunting. That has not stopped. I've been doing it all year. It's been hard to find places, and then when I think like, cool, we can do it, then my income has been a bit up and down this year. So there was a few months in the summer where Patreon was going down, and I was like, fuck, maybe I can't afford to move out anymore. So that kind of put a damper on things for a bit, and once it became clear that, okay, yes, Julia is definitely coming over in October, I didn't want to be stressed out trying to apartment hunt while also organizing this trip. And like, obviously, like, there's no way I could move while I'm basically on holiday. So that has to go on a pause while she's here. And there was no way that I was going to say, actually, darling, don't come and see me. Let me move out first, because we've been together for 2.5 years. We've had to postpone this trip 3 times because of financial thing, but not having enough money. I'm not postponing it again just because I might find an apartment that I like. Like, we really wanted me to be moved out before she came so that it would be a lot cheaper for her to just stay with me and does not have to get a hotel or an Airbnb. But like, I'm not postponing seeing her. Like, so I was like, is this like in response to me saying I'm going on a holiday, essentially? Like, I'm not, like, I don't know. It just felt a bit like, oh, are they like annoyed that like I said I would use Patreon money to help me move out and instead I'm going on holiday with it? Because it's like, 1, I can do whatever I want with my own income. Like, you are buying things from, when you sign up to Patreon, you are essentially like buying the audios, right? So it's like, you still got what you paid for with the support. I'm still working on moving out. It's just a long process. And, while Julie is here, we're not going to be straight up apartment hunting, but we are going to be checking out locations like cities and towns that I'm considering moving to, so we can actually, because the places that I'm looking at moving to, I haven't actually spent that much time in person, so we are going to be doing a little bit of retcon missioning. You know, but like, I don't want that to sound mean, like, I can do what I want with my own income, but it's like, I am still working on moving out, but like, it's inevitable whenever you support any creator. Like, of course they're gonna spend that money on multiple things. And I still have a lot of savings. I have been saving up, like, you know, moving out is still gonna happen. It's not happened as soon as I would like. Trust me, I wish I was moved out by now. It's just been a matter of struggling to find places. I can't drive. So every time, and I'm not looking at moving anywhere close to where I currently am. So every time I want to go look at an apartment, I gotta take fucking trains. And there's been times where I've had open houses scheduled and then the trains have gone on strike and I haven't been able to go. So it's like, I can't easily always get to looking at places that I want to look at. But I don't know, that question I was just like, are you asking this because you saw that I'm going on a trip and now you think like, I'm wasting your Patreon money on this trip instead of moving out? Rest assured, like, don't get me wrong, this trip, it costs money. Like, she's flying from California. That's not cheap. But, like, it's not tens of thousands of pounds. And the majority of the Patreon money is very much still spent on, to be honest, like, it's still spent on the rent that I pay to live with my parents, food, frankly, the amount of dental bills that I've had, and savings towards, you know, a moving out fund, so for deposit, for furniture, for the new PC, I don't know, maybe they didn't mean it in a way, I just, like, getting that comment after saying, like, I'm going on a trip, I'm like, are people thinking I'm, like, wasting money? Because I don't see it as a waste of money to get to see the person that I love, that I've been with for 2.5 years and we haven't been able to meet in person yet. Like, I don't know. It felt a bit weird. Like, I'm very much still moving out. And I know it might seem like, Prince, you've been saying you've been moving out all year. I know. Don't get me wrong. I literally was physically going to open houses in January. And I'm still stuck here. You don't think I'm frustrated with that? It's been a matter of, like, physical health and mental health problems making, like, some months I'm just like, I can't also be looking at apartments this month. Other trips and stuff I've had, once we knew Julia was coming over, it's like, well, I can't move out now. I can't be moving out while she's here, or, like, the week before she's here. Like, once it got to that point, it's like, it just makes more sense for her to come here and then us to check out the area I'm thinking of moving to, so, like, I can get her opinion on it as well. Also, this trip's been an idea for us, it's not like this was a new thing. Oh, no, I know. I mean, me and Julie, we were originally going to meet up, we wanted to try and do April 2023, because that would have been our 1-year anniversary. And then it got postponed to October 2023, and then January 2024, and then October 2024. Also the moving donos, like, doing the moving out donathon at the time, I was very like, I don't know whether I should or not, because again, at the time I didn't know how much it was going to cost to move and things. I felt bad about doing that, but it was also like, well, it's my birthday. It was around the time of my birthday, so it was going to be also kind of just like a birthday kind of subathon thing combined with that. That donathon that I did with Julia in the spring, the majority of that money was not for my moving out donathon. We raised a lot of money. I'm very, very thankful. We raised like, I can't remember the final amount off the top of my head. I know that we got to $3,000 because, for those that don't know, that was not for me moving out. My partner had a $2,700 dental bill that she had to pay. And she could not afford to pay it. That's what that donathon was for. And we said, and so we just said, we were like, and if there's any extra on the top, I guess it, Julia was like, Julia didn't want to take any extra money, didn't feel right with it, you know. So it was like, okay, I guess any extra money that's donated on top of that can just go in my moving out fund. But I also want to make clear of that initial, because I know initially Julia got donated, we ended up with $3,000 going to Julia's Ko-fi. And we said anything over $2,700 would get transferred to me. But, like, full transparency, you know, so that would have meant she would have had to transfer me $300. Full transparency, that didn't happen because we didn't account for and realize that PayPal takes 10% of every donation, which isn't a lot when you're donating, like, $1. But that meant that out of that $3,000 that people donated, she actually only got $2,700. Not that that's a low amount, I'm just saying PayPal took $300 in fees. Yeah, so, that $3,000 covered the dental bill. The extra $300 didn't go in my moving out fund. PayPal ate it. So that is something that we need to keep in mind if we were ever to do one again, but we didn't realize, like, oh yeah, PayPal take a fee, but whatever. But when the numbers get that big, you're like, oh. She was like, I don't have 3,000, I can't give you. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't have it. And we're like, oh, PayPal, right. And I know some people gave to my Ko-fi during that time as well, and I of course I'm very grateful for that, but I have no further plans to do any sort of donathon or subathon ever again. Like, when we hit 750 subscribers, originally the plan was that would be a subathon. I always said 250, 500, 750, and 1,000 would be subathons, but that's, you know, when we hit 750, I just did the rewards for free. I didn't ask for any money, because I am in a, you know, I'm in a position now with how much I get off PayPal, where I can live comfortably, and I can move out. At the moment, it's like sometimes it's like, okay, am I staying above? Because obviously you need to make like 3 times the rent for them to even accept you, so I'm like, okay, it's a little balancing act to make sure that I'm staying 3 times above the place that I'm looking at, but I seem to be consistently staying above that, and you know, I am making enough from Patreon. Plus, I will say Patreon on its own, I am not staying above that 3 times the rent thing. But once you add on Etsy, and once you add on YouTube ad revenue, and Twitch, then it is above that. So Patreon on its own isn't keeping me above that, but with all the extra little bits on the top, we are staying above there. And so, given that I'm living comfortably off of my income at the moment, which is still a relatively new thing, it feels quite strange. This has really only been over like the last year or two that this has been a thing where I don't have to like worry about money anymore, really just this last year. We're not doing donathons or subathons anymore. I would feel wrong when I'm making enough to look at moving out and stuff to then ask for just like more ask for donations. So that's why like I don't promote the Ko-fi that much. Like if you want to give money on Ko-fi, you can. I'm not going to stop you. But like when we hit the milestones on Twitch, instead of in the past where we would have done like a subathon or a donathon situation where if you guys subscribe on Twitch or give money via Ko-fi, it unlocks different rewards. I will do giveaways. I will do karaoke, or like do like play games with you guys, like when we played Toontown together, or make certain merchandise for the store, like all of the keychains of my OCs. That was all from the donathon, because otherwise I wouldn't have had enough money at the time to invest in the manufacturing to risk that, because it was a lot. We won't be doing that again. When we hit The 800 milestone, we'll do karaoke, same for 900. Oh, on screen it says we're at 800, we're not. Sorry, it looks like on the overlay it says 800, actually it's 795. The overlay doesn't update when people unfollow. I have to keep manually resetting it, and I forgot to reset it. But even when we hit 1,000, we're not going to do a subathon or a donathon. You guys will get rewards for free, because I don't feel like it is right. For me to do a donathon or subathon now that I'm in this financial position. You guys could just have stuff now. But yeah, I will not be doing a moving out donathon. That's not gonna happen. 'Cause I don't think it needs to happen. I would feel wrong if I did it. Cause I'd be like, I can afford it now. I don't need to do that. But yeah, that comment, sorry, Jesus, that ended up becoming a ramble. Of my own making. That comment just like, Era, that's very, very sweet. I mean, like I said, Ko-fi's always open. Anyone is free to give a donation if they want. I'm just not going to explicitly, like, ask for them. Or do, like, a donathon thing where it's like, if we hit this, like, you know, £50, we'll do karaoke. If we hit £100, we'll do, like, a art commission giveaway. If we do 150, I'll make, like a I don't know, like a pillow with Ambrose's face on it. I don't know. We're just not gonna do that anymore, because I'd feel wrong actively, like, encouraging donos that much. If you want to give one, the Ko-fi's always going to be open. You are more than welcome to. I just don't want to seem like I'm like, please give me more money than you already give me, because what you are already giving is enough. I would just feel, and you guys, you know, you guys might enjoy another donathon or a subathon, but I personally would feel morally icky for doing that when I know that to ask some of my followers who may be making less money than I am for donations. So you can give them if you want, and I'm not gonna feel gross about you giving them of your own free will. You know, if you give me a Ko-fi donation, it's not gonna make me feel sick or anything. I'm just not going to, like, seem like I'm begging for them anymore. I don't want to do that. You know, that was a prince who wasn't making very much money, but now I'm in a position where I am able to sustain myself. It doesn't feel right for me to keep advertising donations at that kind of level, if that makes sense. Just for me personally, I'd feel ethically and morally like, no, about me doing it. But yeah, that comment, I was just like, I hope they're not, like, being like, I thought you were moving out, why are you going on holiday? It's like, one, it's like 2 weeks in England. I'm not fucking, like, going to, like, I don't know what's an expensive place to holiday. I've only ever holidayed in England. I've never left England before. But one, we are also using the time to help the movie, but it just would have been really silly if I'd have, you know, I really tried to move out before she got here, but it was a struggle to find. I know the location that I would ideally want to move to, and it's just been a struggle to find the right apartment there, and be able to travel there when I can't drive and have no one who would drive me. It's purely on me to get me public transport. Which isn't always the best. But yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at apartments in the last month, because at this point it's like, well, let me and Julia go and see what that area is like in person. And spend a bit more time there, and we will see. I don't think it's gonna suddenly be like, I don't think I'm suddenly gonna realize I don't want to move there. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, afterwards, after she goes back home, and after I spend probably like a week crying because I miss her so much, the apartment hunt will be back on. It's just been off for a little bit because it literally was like impossible to. I can't be going up and be like, oh hi Julia, I know you literally flew like 10 hours to come see me, but bye, I'm going on an open house now. Like, I'm not doing that. We were having a nice little trip. But yeah, then afterwards it'll be back on. Trust me, no one wants me to move out more than I do. And whenever that is finalized, I'm not gonna like tell you guys if I've applied for places before. I mean, some of you guys were here when I was applying for places. I've been rejected from apartments. Like, I straight up have applied and been rejected. So, trust me, I've tried. People thinking I'm just like looking on Rightmove or wherever, like, which is like our version of Zillow. I've straight up applied. They said no. So, hopefully we start having better luck. I don't want people to think I'm half-assing this. Hopefully we start having better luck. And, find a place that's nice, that, isn't gonna be horribly inaccessible. Because sometimes it's like, oh, this is nice, but I don't know if I want to go up, and again, it's not a question of wanting to go up 6 flights of stairs. It's a question of some days I won't be able to go up 6 flights of stairs. Making sure stuff like, that it actually has like a bath, not just a shower cubicle, because I can't get top surgery till I move out. So post moving out, we can start planning for top surgery, and you can't go in a shower. You can't have water pouring on you. The only way I'm going to be able to wash post top surgery is like sitting in a shallow bath, really. But, you know, and it's got to be, obviously, again, can't drive, so it's got to be somewhere that's, like, walking distance, like, within, like, hopefully, ideally, like, a 20-minute walk, 30 minutes at most to public transport, you know, and then me being able to get there, to go see it in person. Because I'm not gonna apply for somewhere without seeing it in person. And most places won't let you apply unless you've been in person. And then applying, and then crossing all of my fingers. And you know, now that we're looking at not just renting but debating on whether or not I'm gonna buy an apartment, which I would prefer. That's also why there's been a wait on it. Because once we realized like buying would be a better thing for me, because I was just like so anxious, so many leases were like short term, and I'm like, I want to live here for years. That buying started to seem like the better possibility, so then there was the weight of me just getting more in my savings, because the deposit when you buy is a lot more money than when you rent. And obviously, if buying rather than renting, I'm going to be pickier about it being the right place. But then one has to also apply for mortgage, not just the apartment. So there's a whole lot. Like I said, no one wants me to move out more than me. I'm working on it. I just getting that comment, I was like, are people thinking I'm not still... I know it might seem like, because I've been talking about it since January, it might seem like I'm not anymore, or I've been lax on it, but it's like, I'm trying my best. Alright? Whenever, I'm not gonna say if, we're gonna say when. Whenever I get accepted, you know, and it's actually, like, finalized, you guys will know. And until I tell you guys I have a place, you just gotta trust that I'm working on it. I don't want people thinking like, oh, Prince said like they're not having a good time living at home, but they're still at home. Maybe, like, what? I don't know if people think I was exaggerating or stuff like, I mean, you guys on stream now, we can talk about shit that happens all the time. I think a lot of places are also wary when you haven't owned a place or rented a place before. I'm wondering if I might have better luck trying to buy them as well, because a lot of people just don't want first-time renters, and I'm like, well, then how am I ever gonna be a second-time renter if no one lets me be a first-time renter? So I'm like, if I just show them a stack of money and be like, I'll just buy it, maybe... You know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just me, I'm working. I don't know. I don't know if it's people being like, because, you know, I mentioned so much, like, a lot of the Patreon money will help me towards getting out of here. But people are like, oh, Prince doesn't like living with his parents, and yeah, he's still with him. It's like, yeah, trust me. You don't think she still makes me cry every week? Fucking, I got out of bed, and I left my room. I just wanted to go pee, and she cornered me, and ranted at me really loudly about the entire plot. She's watching Rings of Power with my dad at the moment. The entire plot of like in real time, like in like the time it would, I don't know how long an episode is, like an episode is 30 minutes. It took 30 minutes for her to tell me just the entire plot. I'm like, I just want to pee. But I couldn't leave because then I would have yelled at for being rude, and I'm like, I just want to pee. I know that's not a bad example of something. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm not saying, and that's what I have to deal with. You guys, one, you are aware that I've dealt with worse, and two, I would not want to trauma dump. That's just a little moan. That's just a silly little moan. Right. Okay, 6. Okay. Because I don't, one, let's have fun on stream. We don't need me going into childhood trauma, and two, I don't owe you guys that. If I say, no, my mum not nice, you have to take my, I don't owe you the details of that. Cool. Okay. Dumping is okay? No. Trauma dumping is not allowed on my streams from you guys in chat, and I'm not gonna break that rule for you guys either and then make you guys uncomfortable. And I don't want to. It's my private life. Also, it is a known fact that they eavesdrop on me, so... No. Anyway, no. I don't want to. I'm already, like, ugh, about the dentist later. I appreciate you saying that, but no, it's my private life. So, Jesus, I have an hour and a half. Okay.
I was just wondering when you'd invite me back for a bite.
Stuff is not correct. Okay, hang on. Okay, we can switch back to this model. Where are we? That started out with me. I can't blame you guys for that ramble. That was all on me. Right, yeah, I know the webcam's not in the right position. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Did not set it up before stream. There we go. I just like started stream and then I ran to get all of the badge parts and was like, oh, I didn't put the webcam in position before I started. shit. Well, that's sweet, Era, but again, like, you guys are strangers. I don't know you. I gotta shush now. Or at least concentrate while I talk. Because we have a lot. I think saying that, for those of you who are new to Monday streams, we get Etsy orders ready every Monday. Oh, I needed to also, I was making notes of, like, what pins are left. So I just need to make sure on the Etsy listing that that reflects it. We are sold out of Caitlyn arcane pins now. Someone bought the last one. We have 3 of Jace, 1 of Vi. I think that's it. I don't think we have any Jinx or Silco left either. I think. I need to recount. But yes, the last Caitlyn one. I don't know. I don't know if Christmas shopping's already started because we're already getting more orders this week. And then after I announced the shop, reminder that the shop's closing in 12 hours, quite a few more came in. So we do have like 2 entire pages of badges. I don't think I've ever had 2 entire pages of badges before. So, yeah, we got a fair amount of stuff to be cutting. Let's not. 2 of my fingers are already band-aided up. So let's be careful. Yeah, so let me turn around. For those unaware, the stickers that I have for sale, the majority of them you can also get on badges as well, and you can customize what you want in the background, whether you want like a plain color like this one of Tis, or 1 pride flag, or 2 pride flag, or you can have 3 as well. The reason why it doesn't go up to 4 is because once we get to a point where there's 4, whatever 2 are on the end you will barely be able to see them because there's like a bleed edge around here that will get tucked behind the badge, and once it gets down to 4 it's just going to be too hard to, they're going to get too small to see. So we have 2 whole pages of badges, and then it's just 3 pages of stickers. So given that this is last stream before, normally what we would do on Mondays for those new is listen to Welcome to Night Vale, which is a horror comedy, like, fictional audio drama. Because by listening to, like, audio drama, radio play, audiobooks, that kind of thing, I can't ramble and talk over it, because otherwise you guys would miss the plot. But we didn't listen to Night Vale last week or this week because I need to concentrate, and also we're having a Night Vale hiatus. We'll go back to Night Vale once I come back to streaming after the trip. So in terms of what we're gonna listen to today, I know last week we'd listened to an episode of Cabin Pressure. I don't know what you guys are feeling. We could keep listening to music. And I could put like more upbeat music than this lo-fi stuff on. So we could keep listening to music. We could listen to another episode of Cabin Pressure. Cabin Pressure is a like British radio sitcom about like these silly pilots. Or we could listen to an episode of John Finnemore's Souvenir Program, which is like a radio sketch comedy show. I was very happy. I mean, thank you, Era, that's really sweet. It's always interesting seeing what people, I always love seeing with the badges what combinations people get of like what character they want paired with what flags. And I just want to give a big ol' thank you to someone ordered Big Al. Someone got Big Al, guys. Big Al is a Vocaloid, who I'm pretty fond of because I just think his name's silly.
Come on, get up.
I've just always thought his name is silly, and because he's Big Al, and Big Al's whole thing is he's like the deepest Vocaloid voice bank. I don't know if he at least was at the time he was released. But a more obscure one, you know, he came out, he's a Vocaloid 2, so same era as Miku, but you know, not as well known as like Miku or like Kaito. So I was very happy. Someone got Big Al. Every time you say it, Wing gets excited imagining, oh, the dinosaur. Sorry. Yeah, a bunch of X-Men ones as well. Someone got Baby Wolverine. Everyone so far has got Deadpool and Wolverine, but someone got Baby Wolverine. That made me happy. And someone got CU. I think she's such an underrated Vocaloid. She's a Korean voice bank. And you like can't, I think she got like discontinued, and then there was like a rights issue with her or something, and like the people who created her want to keep making more with her, but their bosses won't let them, so you like can't get her anymore. And I think she's the first Korean one. I don't know if she's still the only Korean one, because the majority of Vocaloids are Japanese, and then after that I would say English. And someone on Prima, not expected. My goodness. Era, thank you for another 1,000 bit. I hope you enjoy your bit emotes. I hope you've earned them by now. Thank you so much. But yeah, and we got some Castlevania boy. Someone ordered 5 Curse of Darkness Trevors and were like, thank you so much for doing the Curse of Darkness design. It's my favorite. I'm like, it's mine too. You are welcome. But yes, we got some Vocaloids. Castlevania, X-Men, Baldur's Gate. And someone just ordered Baldy. Out of every single Hades sticker, they just wanted Baldy. Sisyphus' Boulder. It's not Abel Green. It's a character from Nocturne, and I don't think you've seen Nocturne. Abel is like blue. This is not blue. And doesn't have feathers. Oh, have you seen Nocturne? Oh, you just saw the wings? No. I don't want to say the name of the character in case someone's like halfway through Nocturne in chat and doesn't want the spoilers. Let me go back up in chat. What are people saying? I know, of course, you'd be happy to listen to Cabin Pressure. Okay, a couple people are saying Cabin Pressure. You know what I was up late I should start cutting if I'm going to keep talking for a bit. You know what I was up late doing? Speaking of what should we listen to? Somebody, Green, sent me a TikTok and was like, whoa, I think I'm getting your For You page because I just got a book tick TikTok on my feed. Oh my gosh, saying book tick TikTok is a mouthful. Book Tick is my favorite band. They are a Japanese rock visual kei band. And I haven't talked about them as much this year as previous years because last November, was it? The lead singer passed away, and it hit me harder than I thought it would because I found Book Tick during lockdown, and not only does the music and the band mean a lot to me, but also the lead singer himself, Atsushi Sakurai. Which, I mean, fuck, if you've been looking at pretty boys on Pinterest, you might have just come across. His sense of gender expression, not just in the early 90s when he had that really long hair, but even through to present day. The androgynous way he has of presenting himself, especially like in the late 2010s and going into the 2020s, he would start to wear more like stockings and like long skirts and more quote-unquote feminine outfits on stage, more makeup and paint his nails and stuff like that. Yes, not only did I have gender envy for him, but a whole lot. I don't know. Just like seeing him on stage, especially during the early 90s when he had the longer hair, seeing like a not super tall, but still taller than me, guy presenting himself in this much more androgynous way with long hair when have constantly felt shamed for being a guy with long hair. Felt very empowering to see. And watching interviews with him talking about, because again, like, BookTik write their own music as well. Imai normally writes the music and Atsushi would write the lyrics. I found a lot of comfort in them and their music. I'm off. That when his death happened, which he was always just working himself so hard, he collapsed on stage at a concert and was rushed off, and yeah. Don't push yourself when you're feeling sick, guys. Please take care of yourself. Don't think, oh, I know I feel really, really sick and run down, but people are expecting me to. No. Please take time off and take care of yourself. That I hadn't honestly listened to that much BookTik the past year, because I didn't for quite a while, because it was like too painful. I don't know if that sounds stupid. But Green sent me a TikTok last night that was like, they like every birth month of the year, and like had a different BookTik song for it, and February got Kiss Me Goodbye, and I was like, dang it, that's my favorite BookTik song. But then I kept scrolling, and I got to May, which is my birth month, and the song for me was Dress, and I was like, okay, never mind, that's my other favorite BookTik song. But I'm okay now. I was up at like 1 AM. And I was already like, I can't go to bed because I got dentist in the morning, and if I go to sleep, then the morning will come quicker, and then it'll be the dentist quicker. That's how my brain was. That's what my brain was saying. So I was like putting off going to sleep, and Green was like, I'm gonna try listening to BookTik. I was like, really? And I was like, you know, one. So I was like, well, maybe I'll, I was like, I'm curious to see what's on Spotify for BookTik, because when I got into BookTik, only like one of their albums was on Spotify. A couple more were on like Amazon Music or something, I forget. But yeah, like every like music streaming service, none of them had every album. None of them even had most albums. But then over the years, as BookTik's got a bit more... BookTik, again, I find BookTik so fascinating because they started... Their first album came out in 1987. And if you think of a lot of 80s, like, Western rock bands that were very popular in the 80s, then you'll be like... Then, you know, a lot of those bands are very popular in the 80s, and then drop off a bit in terms of popularity, and then when they tour in present day, they're more kind of doing, like... It's like their old fans that are still coming and watching. They're not necessarily putting out a lot of new music, and if they are, it's not like top of the charts, right? Not BookTik. Every album that BookTik has put out since 1987, or almost every album, has been in the top 5 in the Oricon charts, which is like the top album charts in Japan. They've never had a lineup change. They've never had a hiatus. I find them fascinating. They just kept putting out bops all this time. Though. Some albums are better than others, and, you know, what started out, as much as they've always been a rock band and a visual kei band, some albums are more goth rock, some are more electronic. I personally don't like the more electronic ones. I'm sorry, Sexy Streamliner. I don't like you. I'm sorry, Mona Lisa Overdrive. I just don't really like those albums. But I mean, my favorite Booktick albums are the early 90s albums and also the late 2010s albums. Some albums are better than others, as I like checking out the... Yeah, please don't. Yeah, I think Green started with Sexy Streamliner. Don't start with that. But yeah, so I just ended up making a playlist on Spotify of my favorite Booktick songs. Though Spotify's missing 2 of that. They have 27, is it? Studio albums. Spotify only has 25. They're missing 2. You might be like, oh, maybe it's a rights issue with the record label. Nope, they've got other albums from that record label on there. I do not know why. Airuiwa Anarchy and Yume Uchi or whatever the fuck it's called. Don't know why they aren't on Spotify. But they aren't. Spotify has one of their 2 EPs. Every single one, all 4 of the live albums. Like, all bar 2 of their studio albums, and then I didn't count singles. One of their compilations, but the compilation's really cool. Koroshi no Shirebe, This Is the Greatest album, or whatever it's called, is the first compilation album they made, but it's not a regular compilation album, you fools. I say affectionately. Every song on there is actually a complete new... Well, they're like self-covers. Every single song on there is a completely new arrangement of that song. I love that album so much. I've debated doing a watch party on stream where we just watch concerts, and I would so show you guys the 1992 Climax Together concert. That's my favorite Booktick concert. So it's in 1992, so it's before Dress was out, sad tear, but it's got songs from Kurata Tayo and Akuna Hana, and obviously the old any album that came out before then, and some of the Koroshi no Shirebe rearranges. There's some songs that I don't like that much that I prefer the Koroshi no Shirebe remix of. I had another thought about Booktick, and it left. I'd like it to come back. Yes, right. So I actually found Booktick. Someone I followed on Twitter retweeted a tweet from this account, and all this Twitter account does is post like 30-second clips from Japanese music videos from the 90s. That's all it does. And it was a clip from Dress. I was like, who is this gorgeous man? So that's the first Booktick song I ever heard. It's still one of my favorites. Dress and Romance are Booktick's like... I think those are the most listened to on Spotify, even though Just One More Kiss I think is their best-selling... Just One More Kiss I think is their best-selling single. I couldn't talk then. And Akuna Hana is their highest... No, Akuna Hana is the highest charting single. Just One More Kiss was their first, like, big hit. Akuna Hana is their, like, highest grossing, highest selling single, and their only #1 single. And then Romance and Dress, I think, are the ones you'll see have the, like, the biggest view counts on YouTube and Spotify. So what I was gonna propose is, can we just listen to Booktick first to stream? Indulge me. I have a dentist later. I was gonna straight up put the Dress music video up on screen. It's interesting as well. Oh my god, I was watching a Visual K. Visual K obviously had a big influence on my gender expression and my sense of style and stuff. Other Visual K bands I like. Malice Means Air, I would recommend, or like if you like Baroque pop, Baroque rock. So stuff like Alley Project. I don't listen to that much Malice Means Air though. Booktick is the main one I listen to. I also like Extrapan. Extrapan is more towards the heavier metal side than straight up rock. But they also have some really gorgeous ballads. I have cried watching Extrapan perform. They have had so much shit happen to them. Multiple members of the band have died in tragic ways. So I get very teary watching them perform. And their insane drummer, I don't mean insane as in he's actually crazy. Yoshiki, who even just a few years into being an ex-Japan had to start wearing a neck brace because he headbangs too hard. He's a very talented pianist as well, but if you watch it, he has to wear a neck brace and wrist braces when he drums because he's crazy. Maybe I'll show you a Yoshiki drum solo. But the Visual Kei merch I have and albums that I own is just ex-Japan and BookTik stuff. But the songs I like from like Does I Bet, have some Alice Mizera like albums digitally. I think the most famous Visual Kei, so Gacked. One of the Gacked and Hyde, those are like the two big Japanese rock star men, right? Both of them got their start in Visual Kei. Gacked, also the voice of the Vocaloid Gakpo, lesser known for that, was the lead singer of Malice Misère before he had a solo career. Hyde, oh gosh, what's Hyde? Larkin-Ciel, is that Hyde's band? Or is that a different one? Yes, okay, Larkin-Ciel. Hyde is also the lead singer of Larkin-Ciel. So those are some pretty bigger Visual Kei bands. Visual Kei, I'll just fucking, we're gonna risk going Google Images. Visual Kei is not so much the style of music, though they're typically, they have to kind of be a rock band. You wouldn't really get a Visual Kei pop act. But, it's really about, the fashion being very over the top, but normally in like a gothic way. Here's ex-Japan. Here's the hair they were rocking in the late 80s. This is ex-Japan. They don't always have their hair like that, but there's ex-Japan. I think this is Versailles. Some of them go more kind of punkish in their aesthetic or like modern goth. Some go like full on like historical fashion. Oh fuck! I know who that is, and my brain's gone. But even if you're not into the music, if you like looking at gothic fashion, Visual Kei is so interesting, especially to me 90s Visual Kei, because this is ex-Japan now. It's not really the same vibe, is it? But 90s Visual Kei to me is very interesting fashion-wise. And BookTik, I think, often gets forgotten in the grand scheme of things, which is a shame. But although one time I got really happy once, I was watching a video that was like the best Visual Kei singers, like best vocalists, and it was like a top 10 thing or top 20 thing, and it got to 2, and then I was like, they haven't mentioned Atsushi from BookTik yet. I think he's got a gorgeous voice. There's this a cappella performance he did once of Cosmos that I adore. And got to number 2 and they hadn't mentioned him.
I was just
I was like,
wondering when you'd invite me
oh,
back
man.
for a bite.
And then before it got to number 1, it started doing honorable mentions, and I'm like, okay, is he just going to be an honorable mention? Are you kidding? Because I just couldn't imagine that he was going to be number 1, because BookTik's not the most well-known. They weren't the most over-the-top fashion-wise Visual Kei band, but then he was number 1, and I was very happy. I have so many magazine scans of BookTik. But if we go like how they looked in the 80s, they had too much hairspray era is the 80s, when actually used to dye his hair blonde. And then throughout the late 80s, early 90s, you can see him growing his roots out, and then by the early 90s, he's completely stopped dyeing his hair. So we have like the very sticky up hair era, and then they stopped using as much hairspray. The drummer though has always kept the hairspray. The drummer to this day still uses all that hairspray. But if you want like 90s era BookTik, This is my favorite era right here. This is why I say, like, actually, photos of him pop up all the time on Pinterest. I know so many people have been like, oh, I recognize him. I've seen him on Pinterest. But I mean, there's multiple interviews where people are like, wow, you're so pretty, kind of like a, like, there's this one interview in particular where he's like, straight up, the male host is like, am I attracted to you? No, but it's just because you look kind of like a woman, right? Like, it's like panicking. But as pretty as he, I don't like saying was, I don't know. To see this was very, for me, as, you know, a guy that doesn't have facial hair and has long hair, was a very big comfort. And then the music as well. But we can go on YouTube. We can try and have both things on screen at the same time. So this was my introduction. So I have to introduce you guys the same way. Oh, actually, what I discovered after getting into BookTik is that I had heard them before. It took me ages to realize I had heard them before. So I watched a little horror anime called Shiki. And it took months of being into BookTik before I knew that they did the opening theme to Shiki. The music's been used in a few anime. Let me double check which ones. Dress has been used. The song we're about to listen to has been used in... Sadly, the best fan website for BookTik, which is called This Is the Greatest Site, or was called that, it got deleted. It had written out Japanese, Romanized, and English translations for the lyrics for every single BookTik song. And a year or two ago, it just disappeared. It's just gone. And we don't have translations for the majority of songs anymore. Trinity Blood. Trinity Blood, the opening song is a remix of the song we're about to listen to. Gesekai. No, that's the name of the song. Nightwalker used the song Gesekai as its opening theme. They've been used for multiple vampire animes. Yeah, Trinity Blood used Dress as its opening theme. XXX Holic used Kagero as its second ending theme. And Shiki used Kujizuke as its opening theme. That's the one where I was like, because I loved Shiki. I watched that back when I could consume horror content without feeling gross. Without, like, having nightmares. I had a phase when I was a teen where I could stomach horror stuff, and now I can't again. But Shiki's such a cool anime. I will try and put him so he can go here. Memory does. I'm nervous about just putting the whole thing up. I never watched XX, one of my first manga. Oh. I'm glad you had that experience. I don't want to pick on XXX Holic. It just is known for its very... A lot of anime are known for its long legs. XXX Holic is a... There's a whole other beast. Right, I've got like an hour before I need to end stream, so I will keep putting... See, we can ramble while I work. I can do both. Certainly was a style. There's Bishoujo legs, and then there's whatever XXX Holic was doing. I looked at those impressive limbs, right? The other thing I'll say, because his voice is gorgeous, and it definitely, like, he never had, like, vocal training, he just, like, gifted. Before the band properly debuted, they had a different singer. He was their drummer, and then their singer left, and then they wanted to start actually making music professionally, and they were like, we need a singer! Actually, you can sing, right? And he was like, maybe. But you can definitely hear the improvement in his voice a lot if you compare, like, this performance to something like 10 years down the line, but his voice is still amazing here. I love the bass line on this song, this is so good. The different sounds Emile put on his guitar, sometimes it straight up like sounds like a keyboard or like a marimba. He loves playing around with it. Emile has such recognizable, unique guitars as well. Yes, yes, Virgil, I remember Yowie Hands. I won't show the whole music video out of fear of copyright, and also because there's a few videos I want to show. Oh, I'm so glad this has 2.3 million views. So the climax together, again, favorite concert. I don't know if the whole concert's still on YouTube. This says it was 1994. That is incorrect. It was 1992. The live album for this concert is on Spotify. This version of Kiss Me Goodbye, in my opinion, is the best version. It has slightly different instrumentation than the original album version. I just think it's gorgeous. This whole concert is so good.
Come on, get up.
This is also on my karaoke list as well. Thank you for this, Church. I really like Amai's jacket on this tour as well. It's got like transparent, like sheer sleeves. Dress used to be my favorite Booktick song, but Kiss Me Goodbye really took over. This is on my karaoke list as well now. You can keep that in mind for when we do another karaoke stream. No shrimping. But what you will also learn quickly about Booktick songs is they all have the same structure. This is how a Booktick song goes. They'll do the opening, and then they will sing the verse, and then they'll sing the pre-chorus, and then they'll sing another verse. You don't get the chorus yet. It's always like intro, verse, pre-chorus, verse, pre-chorus, then you get the chorus. And then like some sort of bridge, and then, or you might get another verse, chorus, and then a bridge. And then normally the chorus repeated again, like twice at the end. But that's always how it goes. That they make you wait for the chorus. You're like halfway through the song before you get the chorus. I was gonna show a little extra pan as well. I can't remember what specifically the performances are that make me... Oh, is it Forever Love, the one that makes me cry? But did they perform that after... The Last Live is such a good extra pan talk. Okay, it's before Hyde's death. A different Hyde. Oh, Kurenai. That's the... Okay, this is what I mean about... One, Wish Nail has such a cool music video. They have a whole anime music video where all of them are drawn like anime characters. Kurenai, yes, we'll watch Kurenai. Kurenai is a good example of like, X Japan have really, really pretty ballads, but the difference between them and Buktik is much more metal. Buktik's never done metal. They'll slide between alt rock, goth rock, put some electronic stuff in there. I think a Rocker Cone of Shame. I guess it's also just to stop him from hurting himself, but yes, that's why Forever Love is such an emotional performance, because it's from their last live tour, which they decided they wanted to go their separate ways. They wanted to pursue different things musically. Some of them were gonna have solo acts, and so they get really emotional while performing it, because this is in their minds. X Japan did end up reuniting 10 years later, but in this mind, this is all the band members were still alive at this point. In their mind, this was gonna be their last concert together as a band, and they were really emotional about it. Like, they still remained friends. They don't have like a big falling out or anything. And also at the time, I will say trigger warning if you delve into X Japan. At the time, the lead singer was actually being manipulated into a cult. He's not in it anymore. He is okay. But that is also one of the reasons why the band kind of broke up. So he was like, I can't do the band anymore. I've got to do this other stuff. He's fine now. But I wanted to put that trigger warning in there if you end up delving into X Japan. Not only controversies and conspiracy theories around the deaths of the members, which I wish there weren't so many of. And also the stuff that happened with Toshi. I've cried watching this performance. He's taken off his cone! Guys! He's taken off his cone, he's gonna hurt himself! Oh no, they started it! Okay, the reason also why is because he just did a massive drum solo. Okay, hang on, I might just see... Do I just have the concert on hand? Because it is not fair to show why he's, like, panting on the ground. He did a big drum solo. He's not just like... I know, he took off his cone, I know. X Japan, do I have the last live? I have a lot of Buktik and X Japan concerts. Okay, I don't actually have the hard drive plugged in that has all of my concerts on it. I don't know. I don't know which, Let me see if I put last live, if the whole thing's on YouTube. Well, I've kept cutting stickers. Or is this the whole thing, or is this just audio? I think someone's put the whole audio up. That's not the same as what I wanted. Because I don't want them, unless I can just find the Yoshki's drum solo separately. Was it because they just performed Endless Rain? He just wants his freedom. Yeah, no, I want to find the clip, because that's sad that it's not there. Bear with me. I don't know what hard drive it's on. It might be on the one that has all my musicals on. There's a reason he has to wear the cone. He just walks too hard. Nope, it's not on the musical one. Where the fuck would they be then? Oh, I guess on whichever one used to house the musicals. Well, I don't know which one used to house the musicals. I have 4. It's gotta be on one of them. All I can think of is the Angel Halos or Cones of Shame comic. I'm not familiar with that comic. There's not a problem with the drive, it's fine. Not this one either. I don't know where they are then. I thought they used to be on here. Yeah, all my book tick concerts are on here. Okay, so are they on the first one I checked and I'm just silly? The book tick concerts are all here. Oh no, did I accidentally lose them? I lost some of my other videos that I had. All the book tick concerts are here. How many? 110. I don't have a problem. And that only this only goes up from 1984 to 2021. There's more. And I want to preface, these are like professionally filmed concerts as well. These aren't like from the audience. They always film all their concerts. Oh, okay. I'm silly. There's a folder on here called Full Shows. That's where it is. X Japan, thank you. My goodness. The Last Live, 1997, 31st. Wow, they did this on New Year's Eve? I have the whole concert and I also have the drum solo clip. I would say I'm surprised, but you know, I do have over 1,000. That's not as many Tales of Vampire videos. Actually, maybe it is. The dance files. You will learn. No, it's not what I wanted. Where's the full screen button on VLC? Well, I'll go back so you can see the tracks. Where was it? There you go. He's on little choo-choo tracks. Here's the track. It's going like diagonal across the screen. Yoshiki's a different breed. It's still going. I think we're called. The video froze. Come on. He's taken off his collar because he's done a good job. He's allowed to breathe. Forgot about the swish. Don't worry, I brought things while you guys were watching that. Look, he's right here. He's even brought his drumsticks. It's Yoshiki. Before he cut his hair. You can hold him like a hamster now, Green. You can make him feel better. Chew! I didn't know I was gonna sneeze. He's got little drumsticks. I'll find a picture of him in this outfit because it's like my favorite outfit. I have that. I have this X Japan Hello Kitty collab of Yoshiki. It's his hair from the 90s when he had this like black spike. So I have this little Hello Kitty. Oh, her elastic band is like disintegrated. I have this one. She's like a nurse. Can't show you. You stay face down. I have a big one. This is a X Japan Hello Kitty Halloween edition, so she's like a zombie. She's big. But she is X Japan. She sits next to Copia. She sits with Potato Copia. I don't think you can show bare butt on Twitch, so I'm gonna cover up his cheeks. But This is the Standing Sex single. There's the tiny mini CDs. Remember when you could get baby CDs? Look at this little relic. I'm gonna cover up his butt, but that's Yoshiki. His whole butt is under my finger. So if you want to go check out the Standing Sex single, you feel free to go do that. Oh, that sneezes. Well, I'm not withholding from you, chat. I have the Rusty Nail single as well. I'm not choosing to withhold from you. It's Twitch won't let me. I don't want to get banned. Let me find a picture of him in the pretty outfit. I mean, he said a lot. But, gosh, I have too many. There's a live journal page somewhere for Visual K magazines that I went through a whole archive of. They had so many, like, full scans of magazines to download. I downloaded, like, all of the BookTik ones. If anyone ever saw, like, my Detod design I did for, like, his Visual K design, that was very much based off one of Yoshiki's outfits. Let's have a little look. Here's the rose. Here's what the plush is based on. Is this situation. He's had so many cool outfits. Like, these pants in particular, I stole these to put on a character. I changed up the lacework, but there's some pretty good pants. There you go. Here you can see this is the picture of the rose outfit. That's my favorite picture right there. But getting into Visual K was very much like, oh my god, I don't feel as terrible for being a guy with long hair and clean shaven anymore, because look at all these guys, and people were crushing on them. There's the full fit. With so many cool, like, really long coats. Anyway, I was gonna play BookTik. I got you more invested in Extra Pan. BookTik's cool too. There's an interview, my goodness, with them where there's the interview where the interviewer ends up being like having a gay panic about the lead singer. There's one where they were asking him like, because actually had cats. I hope his cats are doing well. I don't remember the names. He was a cat dad, and yeah, I know it's nearly 4. It's fine. It's so like 4 is we're not leaving the house until 5, so I got plenty of time. And they asked him like, what would you do if you? This was an interview like 2015. They were like, what would you do if like you weren't a musician? Like, what job would you did? And he said he'd run a cat cafe, and the others laughed at him, and I'm like, don't you laugh at him! He could run the cat cafe of his dreams! I wonder if I can find it. I loved that interview. This one, I know it wasn't up on YouTube, they put it on like Vimeo or something, but I don't know if it's still up there anymore. It's not this interview. I remember I remember like how the interview looked. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. It was for Babel, the Babel single in 2018. He wants to be the ultimate cat dad. Stop laughing at the names of his cats. Don't laugh at the names of his cats. Which is one of them's called Onion or something. I don't remember what they're called. Not in English. In whatever the Japanese word is. They had a whole... They're trying to be so serious, but actually, I love when he starts breaking and laughing. So yeah, one of their compilation albums, the front cover was one of Atshi's cats, and none of the other band members were like, yeah, we didn't know who the fuck's cat that was. The picture was just there, and we were like, okay. Oh, you can't see the... Can you see the subtitles? Oh, you can't see the subtitles. Hang on. Oh, that's true. It's so sad. It's so sad, guys, because not only does he love cats, he's actually allergic to cats. Oh my goodness. Vimeo, get rid of that.
なんですねずっと、で一度病院で調べたら、猫アレルギーも入って
So it's like just cats, but you can't get rid of them.
いつもクシュクシュしてるなと思ったんですけども、もう慣れました。
What's he gonna do? Get rid of his children?
ベンガルがくるみちゃんで、
くるみちゃん。
スコティッシュがマルちゃんです。
It is Maru-chan. くるみちゃん and Maru-chan.
名前なんですか？
まあそうですね。
爆軸の桜井さんがくるみちゃんとまるちゃんですからよろしいですか？
よろしいです。
He's like dying.
あ、これは
Look at them! Little babies.
はい。
まるちゃんめちゃくちゃ可愛いですね。
これはですね、多分ペットショップでご紹介の写真だと思うんですけど、今はもう見る影ないですね。
結構大きくなられて、
もうドーンとしてますね。
桜井さんおすすめの癒しのお写真もお借りしてきました。こちら。
桜井さんがお撮りになったんです。
はいはい。
桜井さんが可愛いって思ってたんだ。確かに可愛い。どのような存在なんですか、桜井さん。
The rest of the band was like, have no
癒し
feelings.
であったり、なんか友達、恋人、くるみちゃん恋人みたいな。
これは
くるみちゃん。
There's Kurumi.
これくるみちゃんをこれジャケットにしようって。
いや、デザイナーさんの人が
そうなんですね。
こう考えてくれて、
ええ。
まあ他のメンバーにしたらなんでっていう。
そうそう
何にも関係ないですもんね。
僕は嬉しかったです。
皆さんいかがですか？くるみちゃんがジャケットになるっていうこと。いや最初知らなかったんです。
It's like, honestly, I had no idea who the fuck's cat that was.
なるほど。後で知ったんですか。まあじゃあ可愛いし別にいいかっていう感じ。T シャツにもしてるじゃないですか。
Kurumi merge.
はい、そうです。この T シャツをですね、ファンの方が着てくれて、一番前列とかにも着てる方がいると、どうも調子が来るときあるんですよね。
これからなんかちょっとやりたいグッズとかあるんですか？
グッズというよりは猫カフェ。
Oh no, that's what they said. They didn't ask. That's right. They didn't say what other job would you want. They just said what other merch would you want to make. And he's like, oh, not merch, but I'd love to run a cat cafe. It's like, actually, no one asked. That's not what they asked. That's not merchandise. But I mean, who wouldn't go? And oh, they're just gonna perform Babel now, or Babel, I guess. Oh my goodness. I was like, what kind of merchandise would you want to make? Cat cafe. That's not a piece of merchandise. Oh, Virgil, thank you for stopping by. But as she's normally the one who does the most talking in the interviews. So what I would say is the main thing that you'll notice in his voice as he gets older is adding more vibrato into his voice. Checking here, cool. Okay, we should... Pin's done. Sticker's done. We can have Butt on in the background. Okay. My brain just wants to listen to Extra Pan now. This was not the plan. I don't know how many Extra Pan. I don't know. I love Art of Life. That's one of my favorite Extra Pan songs as well, which is like, how long is Art of Life? I forget. It's a long song. But I like me a long song. It's 30 minutes long! I just want to put the Extra Pan on instead. I want swishy swishes, and I guess I should stop listening to Extra Pan because I promised book tick. Let me move the microphone. Swishy swish is the sound. That's what people have decided the sound is called. The circle cutter makes. Chat really likes the ASMR sound of it. So I have to be quiet and careful. And not cut my hand. I'm already injured. No. Let's see. After this dentist appointment's over, then the rest of the week is just I'll actually be able to be excited, you know? That Julia's gonna be here in 8 days. That's right, Ninja. Julia's gonna be on the same soil as you in 8 days. But, because I've got dentist later, I'm just like, that's all my brain is like, I don't want to go to the dentist. But then once that's passed, once that's done, then then I will only be able to have the one thought instead of the two thoughts. Julie gonna be a British geek. I know. It's crazy. I don't know if she told you, like, the one thing that she wants to do more that she's like, I want to touch old shit. I'm like, okay. She's like, can I touch Big Ben? I'm like, I mean, if you have, like, a tour of it, but if you have a tour of it, then they will ring the bell with you inside, and I'm not doing that. I don't want to pay for, like, a tour of it. You can't touch it from the bridge, but, I mean, we can walk past it, and she was like, fine, we'll walk past it. So disappointed. But yeah, that's what she wants to do. She wants to buy plushies and she wants to touch old shit. We're hoping, once over here, because some of aware, Build-A-Bear have Sanrio plushies, and Julia's favourite Sanrio character is Batsmaru. And there's not as much Batsmaru merch as you would think. Which is a dang shame. I got the Cinnamon Build-A-Bear when he came out, but obviously Julia's always wanted a Batsmaru plush, and she doesn't have one. But about a month ago, Build-A-Bear, that's just my reminder to end stream. Build-A-Bear now have a Batsmaru plush, and I've seen them. As of last week, they still have them in store in Build-A-Bear. So, of course we're getting fish and chips. Of course we're getting fish and chips, Ninja. What do you take me for? But yes, that's the mission. Is when we see Phantom Opera, I'm buying her a bear, and she also wants to get. We're gonna go to every Build-A-Bear we can find, so she can have a Batsmaru. They do have them over there. She just wanted to wait till she was over here to get one. So hopefully they will still be in stock. She really liked, I showed her the Halloween plushies that Kenji have. I had a feeling, I was like, I bet she'll want the pumpkin with one tooth, and she does. She wants the pumpkin with one tooth. And Bae wants the skeleton. So the plan is, I have the bat. I haven't shown you guys on stream. He's too big. But Kenji has these big Halloween plushies right now. And they're only £15, which is not a lot. Well, okay, I'm not saying that's not a lot of money, but for a plush that's this big, he's like as tall as like a Build-A-Bear, maybe a bit taller. His head's very big. I can't even get him in shot. And he's very, very fluffy. His cape can come off. He's got little arms. She wants the one-tooth pumpkin, so. But Kenji, I would just go Kenji, it's like, imagine Miniso, but if it was, like, affordable, and they didn't have, like, Sanrio stuff, they just have, like, their own original characters. And that's Kenji. It's, like, plushies and stationery, and they have, like, a corner where they sell, like, Japanese and Korean snacks and drinks. We had bad fish and chips. I'm sorry, I've also had bad fish and chips in London. You gotta just go to the right. You just gotta, not every chippy is gonna be a good chippy. But we're not gonna be in London the majority of the time. It's just, where we have to be for the airport. But no, we're not staying in London the whole time. That would be expensive. Also, ew, London. But yes, she'll be having. Hopefully, I will at least be having multiple portions of fish and chips. We'll get it. We'll get her hooked, Ninja. Long. Oh, Red, thank you. Yeah, we're not gonna be down there for long. Just for a little sightseeing, and then we're gonna be elsewhere. But she's gonna be here for 2 weeks. I just obviously have to get down there before her. I'm getting there the day before the plane lands. Because the plane lands in the morning. I don't want to be, you know, getting down there at some kind of crazy hour. I'd rather just get there the night before and stay the night. Don't get Sweeney Todd stuck in my head. We just impromptu watched that in the Discord. It's all Green's fault. That's true, we actually had 2 watch parties this week. Green was like, didn't know that there was songs in Sweeney Todd that weren't in the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, some of my favourite ones aren't in the movie, like all of Joanna and Anthony's duets aren't in the movie. And I was like, I could show them you if you wanted, but there's a lot of stuff in the staged version that's cool, and I'm like, I can't show Green everything. So I was like, how much would I be allowed to show you? And Green was like, I don't know, like all of it. And I'm like, wait, like really? We just watched all of it. Alright, I'm gonna BRB and went to the bathroom. And then we're gonna make all these badges and I'll just play some book tick in the background. Yeah, Joanna, yeah. The movie cuts out a lot of Anthony and Joanna's chemistry and scenes and duets. If you've only seen the Tim Burton movie, them getting together makes more sense in the stage version. They interact a lot more. They have multiple songs where they just the Armiss and Kiss Me, and then the Kiss Me reprise. Also in the stage version, which they changed for the movie, which fucking Tim Burton and how he fucking female characters. The agency takes away from Joanna just by making her like this object in the window. It's like, yeah, that's how Turpin sees her. That's how a lot of people see her. But Anthony's like, that's not how the movie. That's not how the camera should see her. And in the stage version, it's always Joanna who kills the doctor in the asylum, not Anthony. Anthony, like, tries and he can't do it. He's like, I can't take another man's life. And Joanna's like, well, fucking give me the gun then. Bang! Let's go. And I'm like, good for her. Yeah, I'll marry Anthony Sunday, single line as a single line in the movie makes no sense. Turns out there's a whole fucking song about it. Yeah, they plan it. They weren't gonna immediately marry that week. The only reason they end up marrying that week is because Judge Turpin, they were just like, we're just gonna, like, we'll just have a nice little romance and we'll try and get together. And then she's like, my adoptive father said he's gonna marry me Monday. And he's like, oh, fucking shit. Fuck, okay, well, if I marry you Sunday, then you can't marry me Monday because that'll be bigamy and that's illegal. So that's why they rush it. Oh, that's true, because they kept the Joanna Quartet where she sings I'll Marry Anthony Sunday. They kept that in the movie, but they don't keep the song that's actually a reprise of. She's repeating that line from an earlier song that didn't make it into the movie. That's true, I never thought about them keeping the Joanna Quartet. None of Joanna's lines really make sense, because she's reprising a song that happened earlier, but they cut the song from earlier. That's true. I never thought about that. Yeah, that must be, yeah, with no context. Right, I'm gonna BRB to the bathroom, and then we'll get making the badges. Alright, I'm back. The arts are pretty. Yours will be up there soon. You made arts. Right. I should just put fucking Booktick in the background. Let's just pick some fucking Booktick songs. It's not like I've got to scroll through like 30 albums. Let's see. Put these away. I could just play. I don't think I have the Climax Together live album. I don't. I need to get on that because that's my favorite. not to be confused with the song. Climax Together is a concert that they did in 1992. Not to be confused with the song they released called Climax Together in 2012. Not to be confused with the Devil and Freud Climax Together concert, which is from 2004. It's fine. Maybe I'll just find... I do have the Sabat live album. Or I forgot I have the XXholic single for Kagero. Who's they? I don't know. I don't remember what I just said. The music? We're talking about Book Take. We've been talking about Book Take for like 2 hours. Like, oh, there's a problem. Okay, there's Kodoshi no Shirebe. I do love, because again, the Kodoshi no Shirebe version of Taboo, I think is so much cooler than the actual version. Here's the regular version of Taboo, which is fine. This is regular Taboo. Let me get all my pieces.
I was just wondering when you'd invite me back for a bite.
Thank you for the hydrate. Like, this is fine. The original version's still fine. Like, this song's fine. But the rearrangement they did for their compilation album, it's called Kodoshi no Shirebe, This Is Not the Greatest Hits. Because instead of it being a greatest hits album, they self-covered all of their songs. They rearranged them. So this is the rearrangement from Kodoshi no Shirebe. I just think it's so much cooler. The bass line. Specifically in the Climax Together tour, they perform Taboo, Victims of Love, and Hyperlove. Like, they all in a row, and they blend the songs into each other. It's so good.
Hello.
Oh, okay. But this whole guitar riff isn't in the original song. I love it so much. I'm a gooby now. It shouldn't be that there. Hello. Gotta wait for the punch to happen. Here we go. I love the bass so much in this rearrangement. Makes me want to like jiggle my hips around a little bit. Yeah, that's true. I'll jiggle around if I talk. Angel. I'll just, because I won't be able to play like that many full songs, I guess I'll just play bits of songs. Where's Victims of Love? There's original Victims. Okay, here's original Victims of Love. Which again, the original, again, I still like the original version of this song as well. Obviously, I like a song with like a really loud bass line. It's basically the best. This is the rearrangement. The bass is still there. It's a bit slower. I got distracted. Sorry, I'm not powerful enough to not sing along. That completes the trio on the Climax Together tour is Hyperlow. This is one where they put like the wind machine blowing up from the ground on him. I'm sure I will. I do have a fanworks guide if anyone's ever like, oh what? You know, if you ever want like references, I have a fanworks guide on Tumblr, it's linked on all my socials. You can find it on my card. It's like, one, it has references, like full body references for every character. And also like do's and don'ts of like... I'm getting called by the dentist, hang on. The heart attack. I was like, why is the dentist calling me? If they're about to cancel my appointment, I'm gonna fucking scream. Because I was meant to have this appointment 3 weeks ago and we had to cancel it last minute because the car broke down. And I'm like, no, please, please, please don't cancel. They didn't. This is fine. They, my appointment's at 5:45 p.m. Like, last appointment of the day, right? And, they were calling to say my dentist has finished with his, like, penultimate patient of the day, so he's free now. They're just waiting on me. So they were just ringing to say, hey, the patient before you is already, like, we got finished with them early, so you can, like, come now if you want. Like, we're just waiting on you now. Whenever you want to turn up, you can turn up early if you want. So I don't know if we will end up getting there early. I mean, that's not, I mean, we'll definitely get there before my appointment time, because we always get there early. But that means I don't have to sit in the waiting room, I guess. We can't, like, set off right now, because my parents, my dad, who is driving me, has gone out for a walk. They're just like, we're just going out for a walk before we have to drive you. I'm like, okay. So we can't, like, go right now. But that doesn't mean when I get there, because we were going to get there, like, 20 minutes early anyway, just in case. We always do. So that means I just go straight in. That's something. I don't have to sit in the waiting room feeling anxious. I can just get straight out the car. That scared me. I was like, why are they calling me? My regular dentist is closer. This is like a specialist, because I had to have a more complex surgery on one of my teeth after my regular dentist fucked it up. I mean, made a little mistake, you know, in my teeth that's part of my body, and that I had to pay £1,000 for someone else to fix, because it's a specialist thing, so it's not covered by the NHS. I mean, whoopsie, he made a little oopsie. It's not like it was part of a person's body or anything. So this is, it's the appointment is for, like, I had the surgery done a year ago, and it's just him wanting to check up and see if everything's fine, which is not. I mean, I hope it is. I want it to be, but I've been in pain for the last 3 weeks, so. Hopefully he'll look and be like, I can't see anything wrong, and it's just gonna be because of my TMD. Hopefully it's just that. Because I don't want it to be something wrong, because if something's wrong and it hasn't worked, then the tooth has to come out, and I don't want that, so. I was just like, why would they be ringing me? And she's like, I'm just reminding you about your appointment. I'm like, you've never rung me to remind me about an appointment before. I was just like, I'm like, oh my god, if they're gonna cancel, I'm gonna throw up. She's like, I'm just reminding you. I'm like, oh. Who's fuck? Now someone's texting me? Oh, it's the NHS again. Oh, sweet. I had to do a test, and it's all clear. Sweet. I don't know which one this is. I did two. And it doesn't say which test it was. Cool. Oh, I think I think I know which one it is. That's right. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I'll tell my dad that when he gets home. Anyway, badges! Oh. I know, popular today. I mean, that would be nice if we could go a bit early, because on like, I don't think we'll be able to miss rush hour traffic. But we could maybe miss the sun setting, so have to come back in the dark. Also, yes, I do just have the default text alert and ringtone. Please tell me about your inside. That's the lyrics. Please tell me about your insides. I don't know why. But what was I saying? I got distracted by the lyrics of Hyperlove. I don't know. That's fine, whatever. Do I have dates? Yes, so, usually it's Mondays, Wednesdays, but since you're in the Discord now, if you look at the Discord event tab, like the little calendar symbol at the top of the channel things, my streams are always in there. If they are cancelled, I will just I don't make a big announcement, it will just be cancelled on there. I don't like have a strict schedule that I post anywhere because when I used to do that, it was just too much pressure to like stream on those days. But it's usually Mondays and Wednesdays, but not if I'm not feeling great. But if they get cancelled, then the event there will just say that it's cancelled. And yeah, might be streaming Fridays as well once I come back from the trip. Considering what the fuck, you weren't all meant to come up. Considering we playing Undertale. VTuber is around by Can I Draw as Bat? Other people have. So I guess that's fine. Yeah, it's never really bothered me. Some people, I will say, it's happened multiple times where people think, oh, you're a vampire. And so they send me, like, real photographs of bats that they see. And I'm like, please don't. I don't actually, I find actual real, like a cartoon bat, like the plush I have. He's fine. But please don't send me photos or videos of actual, don't DM me, you know, they'd like tag me in like actual real photos or videos of bats. I find them uncomfortable to look at. But no, I mean, I've got a VTube model of me as a bat, so, I'll keep an eye out for my deck back. Okie dokie. What else? We should, you know what? Let's just find what's BookTube's best-selling single is Akuna Hana. Let's go out with Akuna Hana. Where is it? Hopefully I can get all these done before my parents get home and then I can tell Dad we could just go as soon as, I mean, I'll need to get changed. Yeah. I think based on how many songs I like off each album, I always think that like Akuna Hana or Dark and the Dawn is my favourite album. But based on what album has the most amount of favourite songs on, it's Kurata Tayo. Like, it's not my favorite. It's someone that I like. This is BookTik. This is my favorite band. I haven't listened to them a lot in the last year because it was a little hard to after the lead singer passed away. But we've been listening to them today. I will paste the name in chat. This is how you spell all caps hyphen between the book and the tick. Guitar from the background. Sometimes he'll hold the octave here. Flat. Can't see the pile. We're amassing a pile now. If not this exact song, let me get you the song. You like the song? Here's the... Oops, I fucked up. This is the song, if you need it in Japanese. Just not they don't always upload everything in romanized. So. Freedom for Ninja, yay! Get in, Ronnie. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at what songs on Kurota Tayo and I'm like, oh, Mad's on this. I'm like, I don't know any other Booktick fan. I'm in like a big Booktick Discord. I just remember like, I don't know anyone else who's like a fan of the song Mad. I really like it. Most people are like, oh, that's one that I skip. And I'm like, what do you mean? How could you? Like, I get it. I get it. I do get why it's not a fan favorite. But it's... I love it! It's my little funky little song! It's my funky little song. Can we do this? Actually, it's silly. It's fine. Oh, it's okay. Oh no, we got... If I power through some Booktick songs very quickly, because I won't be streaming for much longer. Tayoni's really pretty. I think, is this the song that you wrote about? I know his mum passed away when they were making this album, so I can't remember if this is the song that's about. I was like, we'll play this song as well, and I'm like, I don't know which one it was. Oh, 6ix9ine Overall's album is but there's one song on it that I adore so much. That's one of my favourites. One of my favourite songs is on 6ix9ine. The rest of 6ix9ine is meh. But yeah, sadly I do not have Booktick. There are Booktick plush, but Booktick makers exclusive to Japan. It's like difficult to get a hold of. Like their merch store you can only order if you're in Japan, and I never got round to getting a props. Also, the plushies were like blind bag only. So can't believe I found out there's a pull-up doll after it was already sold out. I have a little bit of Booktick stuff. I do have. He had one solo album, and I do have that. I have the poster from it on my wall. If you ever look at my, if you've ever seen pictures of my posters on my wall, and you're like, why do you have a poster that's just like an arm stretched out like this? It's this man's arm! It's a poster that comes with his solo album. I don't know why. But now you know whose arm it is. Get in there. Yeah, we'll round out with Mishitsu because I love this song so much. I used to like play this like on guitar on a loop. it was just fun to sing. Again, it's got a nice bass line. I'm a weak man. It'd be good if we can get there early as well, because he doesn't know, Dennis doesn't know I'm having toothache. Done. My parents aren't back yet. I'm put up the bad part in the wrong side. My goodness. Why is that going to stick? That's weird. Never done that before. Oh, and then someone ordered a Mesmer keychain as well. I need to grab that.
I was just wondering when you'd invite me back for a bite. This bag until tomorrow, when I will actually pack the orders up and ship them out and all of that.
Don't pack them up, like, on stream, because I'm not going to risk accidentally flashing one of my customers' addresses on screen. Don't want to risk that happening. So, tucked in there till tomorrow. It's got to be recycled because it's sticker paper. So the rest can go in the recycling. Yeah, I need to keep that note. This is also for recycling. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many images outside. Sort myself out here. There we go. Thank you guys for like chilling with me while I just mostly played music at you. I got a little distracted. It is, oh my god, it is 4:43 and I wanted to end stream at 4, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because I can't go anywhere because my parents decided to go out for a walk, so I'm literally waiting on them to get back. So I'm gonna end stream, quickly change my clothes, and then tell my dad, like, we can go now if you want. Which, I mean, we were gonna set off at 5 anyway. So, I don't think we'll be getting there I don't think we'll be setting off before 5, do you? My parent literally is not home. So. I didn't realize actually how past 4 o'clock we were, but I guess it doesn't matter because we can't leave till Mana gets back. So I'm gonna go now and very quickly get changed. Yes, and I do not think I will see you again for another stream for a whole month. I didn't want to have to wrap things up so quickly. There might be a chance I decide to stream on Wednesday, it depends on if I'm bored. If not, I'll see you on the 7th of November. I'll still be in Discord. Audios will be up like usual. Thank you for the hype train. And the subs and the gift subs and the bits. I'll be back for, you know, oh my god, I think my parents just got back. Okay. Bye guys. Mwah.